You think your dog only thanks you with a wagging tail? Not even close. There is a retired firefighter out there 68 years old who lost his wife 6 winters ago. He spent a lifetime listening to sirens, but these days, he doesn't talk much. Yet every single night, his dog Buster curls up right by his feet. Same spot, same silence. He never asked for thanks, but Buster gives it anyway. And your dog, he does too. But the signs aren't loud. They are soft, quiet, and incredibly easy to miss. Some are so subtle that even lifelong dog lovers don't catch them until it is pointed out. Today, we are going to uncover 12 heartwarming ways your dog is saying thank you without using a single word. Stick with me, because once you see these signs, you will never look at your dog the same way again. Number 1. The sacred toy offering. You are sitting in your chair. Nothing special is going on. Maybe the news is on TV, or maybe your coffee is going cold. Then without a sound, your dog walks over and drops a raggedy old toy at your feet. The same toy he has had for years. You pick it up, give it a half-hearted toss, maybe smile a little, and you think he just wants to play. But what if I told you this isn't about fetch dogs? Don't offer their treasures to just anyone. That slobbery, half-chewed duck is more than a toy. It is his Excalibur. It is the one thing he guards like gold. And now it is at your feet. That isn't let's play. That is you matter. That is, you did something good today. Canine behaviorists call it affiliative behavior, but I call it what it really is, gratitude in disguise. See, dogs don't say thank you like we do. They say it with objects, with rituals, with gifts from their tiny, loyal world. And here is the thing they usually do it after something you have long forgotten. Maybe you filled the water bowl. Maybe you spoke gently when they messed up. They remember, and this is how they repay you. But here is where it gets more interesting. Because not all thanks come wrapped in squeaky toys. Some come after dinner when they have eaten, wiped their face on the floor, and should be ready to nap. But instead, they walk over and do something that feels random until you understand it. Let's talk about that, because the second sign is the quietest kiss you will ever get. Number 2. The post-meal. Thank you. Kiss. Have you ever noticed what happens right after your dog eats? I mean right after, not 5 minutes later, not after a nap. I am talking seconds after they finish licking the last bit of gravy from the bowl like it owes them money. Then they come to you slowly, calmly, and give you a lick. Sometimes just a tap on the hand, sometimes right on the arm, almost like they are saying, "Yeah, that hit the spot." Now most folks brush this off. He is just being clingy, or she wants more food. But here is the truth. Dogs don't fake moments like that. According to canine ethologists, this post-meal licking is rooted in puppyhood. Back when pups would lick their mother's face after nursing, not to beg, but to bond, to thank. So when your grown dog does it, now it is not random. It is instinct meeting emotion. A quiet ritual of appreciation that slips right under most people's radar. And here is the kicker. If you miss this moment, you are missing one of the deepest signs of trust your dog can offer. Because after food, after survival, comes connection. But that is just the start. Because dogs don't just say thanks with licks or toys. Sometimes they don't do anything flashy at all. They simply stay close right beside you in every room without a sound. And when they do that, it isn't coincidence. It is a message. And the next part might change how you see their every step. Number 3. The silent shadow. You walk from the kitchen to the garage, and he is there. You head to the bathroom. Yep, still there. You so much as shift in your recliner, and suddenly there he is watching, waiting, not even blinking. He doesn't bark, doesn't whine. He just follows. Some folks think it is because of food habit or boredom. But here is what most people don't realize. Dogs are experts in emotional gravity. They orbit who matters. And if your dog follows you around the house, not demanding, not restless, just quietly trailing, that isn't clingy behavior. That is reverence. That is loyalty with legs. In fact, researchers in canine cognition have a name for this proximity seeking. It means your dog feels safest, not just with you, but because of you. He isn't waiting for something to happen. He is telling you, whatever happens, I want to be where you are. It is a thank you without sound. No wag, no lick, just presence. And sometimes presence says more than words ever could. But sometimes that presence changes shape. It shifts from, I am near you, to, I have got your back. Meh, especially at night when the world goes quiet and your dog curls up, but not just anywhere. There is a specific way some dogs sleep. And if you have ever seen it, you might have missed what it truly means. But once you know, you will never forget it. Number 4. The guardian nap. He could have crashed on the couch. He could have rolled onto his back like a lazy lion and snored the night away. But he didn't. Instead, he curls. Not tight, not stretched, just enough to be alert. And always, always facing the door. You have seen it, haven't you? That quiet, pose ears not fully relaxed, eyes half shut, but always ready. It looks like rest, but it isn't just sleep. It is watch duty. You've protected him all day. You fed him, brushed out that stubborn mat on his shoulder, and maybe even whispered something silly into his ear when no one was around. And now he is returning the favor. He isn't just lying there. He is stationed. That isn't a nap. That is a vigil. In the canine world, sleep is sacred. Where they choose to shut their eyes says everything. And when they nap like that half-ready position between you and the world, it means one thing. You matter enough to guard. It is instinct, yes, but it is also memory. He remembers every storm you comforted him, through every pain you didn't let him face alone. And now he is giving you the same. But there is something even quieter than the guardian nap. Something in the eyes. You won't hear it, and you might not even notice it, unless you know what to look for. And once you do well, let's just say next time your dog looks at you that way, you will look back a little longer. Number 5. The slow blink. You are sitting there quiet, maybe thinking about something that doesn't need words, and then you catch it, your dog watching you. Not with wild eyes or a begging face, just calm, steady, almost soft. And then he blinks, slow, deliberate, not out of sleepiness, not just because of dust, like he is trying to say something without making a sound. This isn't random, and it isn't just a dog version of zoning out. In fact, behaviorists have studied this exact moment. Dogs, much like cats, have a version of what is called the trust gaze. It is a way of saying, I am safe here. You are my person. That slow blink. That is the thank you you don't hear but you feel. It is his way of telling you, I don't need anything right now. I just like being around you. And if you blink back just gently, you are speaking his language. You are saying, I see you. I am here too. It is one of the quietest forms of connection. No wag, no bark, no jumping. Just stillness, intimacy. And once you have felt that blink, you will start noticing the other small gestures too. Like how he nudges your hand after a scratch, or leans his whole weight into you without a sound. One blink says, I trust you. But what comes next? That gentle nudge that is him saying, do it again. Not because he needs it, but because he liked what you gave. Number 6, the gentle nudge. You finish brushing behind his ears. Maybe it is after a long walk, maybe just a quiet evening on the porch. You stop, stretch your fingers. Maybe you think that's it. Done. But then there it is. A soft bump, just his nose against your arm. Not pushy, not demanding, just a nudge. It isn't an accident. It isn't a mistake. It is a message. See, dogs aren't loud about affection, especially the old souls, the ones who have been through winters and waitings with you. When they nudge you like that, they aren't begging. They are responding. You gave them comfort connection, and they are saying that meant something. It is like a friend patting your shoulder after a long story, or a kid gently tugging your sleeve after a long hug just to say, "More of that, please." That nudge. That is a form of thanks. Not flashy, not noisy, but deeply felt. And it usually comes at moments when things feel quiet, when no one else is around. It is in those pauses, those soft spots between words, where dogs speak clearest. But if a nudge is subtle, the next sign might just anchor you in place. Because sometimes they don't move at all. They just sit and lean. And when a dog leans into you, that isn't just affection. That is surrender. Number 7, the calm lean. It happens quietly. No cue, no noise. You are sitting, maybe reading, maybe just thinking, and your dog walks over, doesn't bark, doesn't whine, just gently leans into your side. Not a full flop. Just enough weight to let you know, I am here and I am staying. This isn't about tired legs. It isn't about getting closer to your sandwich. It is about grounding. In the wild, dogs lean into each other for warmth, for trust, for protection. And when they lean into you, they are saying, I trust you more than the floor. Think about that. This creature who sees and senses every flicker in your body, every sigh, every shift has chosen you as a wall to rest on. Not because you are solid, but because you are familiar, safe. Sometimes this lean comes after something hard. A trip to the vet, a thunderstorm, or one of those long days when you don't say much, but he knows something is off. And then lean. No words, just wait. Connection. But not all dogs lean slow and steady. Some say thank you in the loudest way possible. They burst. They spin. They launch across the living room like four-legged fireworks. And when that happens, you aren't just watching joy. You are watching celebration. A celebration of you. Number 8, the Zoomie explosion. You open the door. He bolts not away but around. Circles twist that wild gallop across the living room like he has been plugged into a wall socket. Rugs flying tail a blur, eyes lit up like he just won the lottery. You know the drill. It is chaos. It is comedy. It is also gratitude. See what looks like random madness, what folks online call zoomies, isn't just your dog burning energy. It is emotion. Big, bottled up, can't hold it in joy. And dogs don't do that for everyone. They don't explode like that unless they feel completely free, safe, loved. That Zoomie storm that is a dance for you. It usually happens right after something they loved. A walk they didn't expect, a treat you hadn't given in weeks, a moment where you sat a little longer and let them just be. And their body says, what words can't say I noticed and I loved it? And this is how I show you. It is their version of clapping, of shouting from rooftops. But after the storm, there is calm again. And sometimes, after all that movement, they do something even more surprising. They go to your shirt or your boots, or that spot on the couch where you always sit. And what they do next, that might be the clearest sign they carry a part of you everywhere they go. Number 9, the scented nest. You walk into the room, and he is curled up right on your old flannel shirt or your work boots, or that ragged part of the couch cushion where you always sit. He had a choice. He could have picked the fluffy dog bed in the corner. He didn't. Dogs live by scent. It is their first language. And your scent, that is home, that is comfort, that is safety wrapped in cotton leather and the sweat of 100 ordinary days. This isn't just about missing you. It is about carrying you, keeping you close, even when you aren't in the room. That nest he builds from your hoodie or sock isn't random. It is sacred. It is a signal. He is saying, "This smells like my person. I want to rest where that feeling is strongest." And when he does this, after you have done something kind, fed him, scratched his back just right, waited patiently while he sniffed every tree, that is his version of savoring the moment. Some dogs bark some spin, but some, they just curl into your scent and breathe slower. And as still as it seems, that quiet moment is filled with meaning. But sometimes it isn't about scent. It isn't even about closeness. Sometimes it is about timing. Because your dog, he doesn't just know where you are. Sometimes he knows how you feel before you do. Number 10, the emotional radar. You don't say a word. No sigh, no tears. You are just sitting there staring at nothing, lost in a thought you don't want to explain. And yet here he comes. No bark, no whimper, just a quiet approach and a paw resting gently on your knee. Maybe a lean, maybe just his head against your arm. He knew. You didn't call. You didn't cry. But he felt it. That is the part science still can't fully explain. Dogs have a way of sensing what we bury. Long before a human asks, "Are you okay?" your dog already answered. Veterans say it. Widowers know it. I didn't even realize how bad I felt until he sat beside me like that. They pick up on your breathing, your stillness, your tension. And when your world starts to shake, even just a little, he steadies it. Not by fixing anything, just by being there before you even know you need him. That isn't instinct. That is love sharpened by time. And here is what most people miss. He doesn't just do this once. He does it every time. Because in his eyes, you aren't just his person. You are the center of his world. Now let's explore a sign that often gets misunderstood, but is actually a profound gesture of inclusion. Number 11, the follow me glance. Have you ever been on a walk, or even just in the backyard, and your dog stops, looks back at you, and waits? He isn't pulling. He isn't lost. He stops, turns his head, and gives you that look. The "are you coming" look. It seems simple, right? But think about the wild. In a pack, the leader is the one everyone watches. But in a partnership, the scout checks in on the companion. When your dog pauses his exploration, his sniffing, his hunting his joy to make sure you are still part of the journey, he is saying, "This isn't fun without you." He is validating your presence. He is thanking you for being his partner in adventure. He could run off. He could ignore you. But he chooses to tether himself to you with that glance. It is a silent check-in that says we are a team. And finally, there is one last sign. The one that happens when you return, even if you were only gone for 5 minutes to get the mail. Number 12, the reunion tail wag. I know. A wagging tail seems obvious. But look closer. It isn't just the tail. It is the whole body. It is the wiggle that starts at the shoulders and goes all the way to the tip of the tail. It is the soft whine. It is the way he brings you something, anything, just to bridge the gap between you were gone and you are here. This isn't just excitement. It is relief. It is gratitude that you came back. To a dog, every departure is a mini loss and every return is a mini miracle. That full body wag is his way of saying, "Thank you for returning. Thank you for not leaving me forever." It is the purest, most unadulterated form of thank you that exists in nature. So maybe your dog has never said the words. Maybe he has never written a card, never brought flowers. but he has been saying thank you every single day. With a toy at your feet, with a nudge when you didn't know you needed it, with a soft blink in the quiet, with a lean that says, I have got you, and with a stillness that wraps around you like a memory you didn't know you'd miss. He doesn't just love you. He watches you, learns you, mirrors you, and somehow he knows exactly when to show up. If you have ever felt that even just once you already know what I am about to say, you didn't just rescue him. He has been rescuing you too. I want to build a memorial of gratitude in the comments section below. I want you to comment the name of your dog, whether they are sleeping at your feet right now or waiting for you at the Rainbow Bridge. Tell me their name and tell me which one of these thank you signs they give you the most. Is it the lean, the nudge the toy? Let's fill the comments with the names of the souls we are promising to understand better today. If this video reminded you of your own four-legged shadow, if you whispered, that is exactly what mine does, then stay with us. Because this channel was made for people like you. People who know that behind every tail wag, there is a whole heart speaking without words. Hit subscribe, not for me, but so next time your dog says thank you, you will know how to say, I see you too. We have got more stories waiting, but for now, go find your dog.